And now for our final presentation, the Lifetime Achievement Award. This award is presented to an alum who has had a wide-ranging and significant impact in their organization, industry, and community, all while upholding the highest standards and values in everything they do. We are thrilled to present Kim Shannon, a 1993 graduate of our MBA class, with this year's Lifetime Achievement Award. Kim is currently the founder and co-chief investment officer of Sionna Investment Managers. She started out in equities, rising through the ranks, and eventually serving as chief investment officer and senior vice president at Merrill Lynch, Canada. Almost 20 years ago, she made the leap and founded her own firm, Sionna Investment Managers, now one of Canada's leading value investment firms. Many of you in finance, like me, will know that value investing is not for the faint of heart. It takes courage to go against the mainstream, to ignore the noise, and to trust your instincts on certain long-term investments. For instance, just think about being a value investor in March 2020. It would be not so easy. Kim has won numerous industry awards such as Morningstar Manager of the Year, RBC Canadian Woman, Entrepreneur, and many more. Not only has she forged an impressive career in finance, but she has also supported her community through the CFA Society, the Coalition for Good Governance, and she has made a point of bringing young leaders, especially women, along with her. For years, Kim has mentored and supported women in finance. Most recently, she's become involved with Variant Perspectives and helped organize the group's first value investing conference in 2019, which was aimed at breaking down some barriers for women in finance. Kim, you are such an inspiration, certainly for me. We are excited to have several of your colleagues and friends share their messages of congratulations with you in the video. And after that, we are delighted to welcome your friend, your colleague and mentor, economist, journalist, and broadcaster, Deanne Cohen, to the virtual stage as your tribute speaker.
Hi, I'm Jenny Wooderick, and it is my great honor and privilege to tell you about Kim Shannon, my friend for the last 30 years. Kim is a leader in the investment industry. She was the only woman to be named Mutual Fund Manager of the Year by Morningstar. She gives tirelessly of her time to nonprofit organizations and has dedicated her life to the advancement of women in the workforce. I could go on and on about Kim's achievements and accomplishments, but I believe in the power of stories. So I'm going to tell you a story about Kim Shannon, which will tell you about who she really is. Back in the 1980s, when we were both starting out, Roy Sun Alliance had a big position in Magna. At the time, the shares were seriously underwater, and they had just lost a portfolio manager as well. So they told Kim, the assistant, to sell their position and just take the losses. Well, Kim had done her analysis and didn't believe it was the right thing to do. She wrote a letter to management explaining her views and her position. And they listened to her and said, okay, sell half instead. Well, when Magna doubled and tripled and kept going on from there, they more than made back their initial investment. The management realized that they didn't have to go outside to find someone to manage the money. They had someone capable in-house, and that was Kim Shannon. It was the beginning of her career as a portfolio manager. She has gone on from strength to strength after that. I can think of no one more deserving of the Lifetime Achievement Award by Rotman. Congratulations, Kim. We're all so proud of you.
I'm Mark Franklin, President and CEO of CFA Institute, a fellow investment professional and friend of Kim Shannon's. Kim, you have made our industry so much better in so many different ways, but I think most importantly in the way you think about teams who serve as stewards for our clients' assets. Diversification is a core principle and basic tenet of our business, but you have made it a clarion call for for how organizations are structured and how teams are comprised. And for this, we are all grateful. So on this evening, my warmest congratulations to you on a most deserved recognition.
Congratulations, Kim, on receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award from Rotman. It is so well deserved. Having been in the trenches of the finance service industry for so long as you and I have, I know what an incredible contribution you have made to the industry and to supporting young leaders, especially women. I met you 26 years ago when you were president of the CFA, and I was the founding president of Women in Capital Markets. You were one of the first speakers for WCM and my first speaker in the WCM Mentor Series. And I think that very much encapsulates what a significant role you have had in the finance sector, not just in teaching and supporting women, but in showing the capital markets how to run and operate differently and how good it is for business. Thank you for showing so many the way, Kim, and congratulations.
Well, it's a real pleasure to add my congratulations to Kim Shannon for her Career Achievement Award. And I think Rotman has chosen exceptionally well here. Kim is clearly a really incredible person, as well as a great investor. And throughout her career, she's really put her mark on the industry in so many ways. As an investor, she's worked hard to create fabulous returns for her institutional clients, as well as her private family clients. And it's really quite unique that an investment team has translated very well on both sides of the industry like hers has. She's also been a great leader within the industry. And I can remember in 2005, being at the event where Kim was recognized as Fund Manager of the Year and hearing her speech that night. And I think it really dawned on me then why she's been so tough to compete against. And I've had the good fortune in recent years to work with Kim. I can tell you that working with her has been a lot more fun than competing against her was. And lastly, I'd say I want to mention the contribution she's made to the opportunities for others. She's always had great high conviction belief in her team. She's invested in her team, created opportunities for young investment professionals, and her contribution towards opportunities for women in capital markets has been outstanding. I think this will be one of the hallmarks of Kim's career. Congratulations, Kim, really well deserved.
Good evening. She may not look like it, but Kim's a pioneer woman. She was a pioneer in a field that was men only when she started and which remains male dominated today. I'm happy to pay tribute to her. And I'm even happier that we're recognizing her before she reaches her best before date. You know, Kim started calling me her business mom very early on in our 40-year relationship. I have to tell you, she was a willful child. For example, I said to her, you know, momentum investing is okay. Totally ignored me. And look at her now. She said to me, my economics courses were of no use in stock selection. I think her interest rate was too low, but maybe it's just the daughter's job to piss her mother off. So you don't just wake up one morning and say, I'm going to be a leader. You choose your path and you hone your skills. One of Kim's skills is relentlessness, especially when she needs information before she makes a value investing decision. Some of you may remember Robert Maxwell. He was a larger than life tycoon. Kim went to one of his road shows and asked a question about his new venture, and he dodged the question. What followed in sequence was Kim didn't invest. He fell off his yacht, died, and his firm went bankrupt. Just saying. Kim has Yoda's bias to action. There is no try, only do. You know, Kim has volunteered a lot. And as long as she's been studying people and markets, she has been volunteering that expertise for dozens of not-for-profits. One year, she decided her company's receptions needed a je ne sais quoi. She became a wine connoisseur. Ask her about champagne one day. COVID has not been kind to anyone. Kim's answer to keeping her friends close, a sultan's tent in her backyard, suitably distanced, but with a fire pit, food, wine, of course, and shelter. These are value investments that pay dividends for life. The last couple of years have been no walk in the park for value investors. Kim has lost partners and assets. She just keeps her eye on the big picture, in full stride, embracing life's challenges. Her legacy is yet to be written. This award and all of her First Woman to achievements are part of it. The values she personifies, determination, integrity, public service, and the skills she's perfected, team building, collaboration, and the leadership she demonstrates, all here for us to see. You can't be a beacon if your sun don't shine. Kim, your sun is shining brightly. I congratulate you, salute you, my good friend, and a not too shabby daughter.
Thank you, Deanne, for those lovely words. And Kim, my congratulations. We're so thrilled to be honoring you with the Lifetime Achievement Award. As I welcome you to this virtual stage, I want to personally thank you for your commitment to Rotman and for your time and guidance as part of our Dean's Advisory Board. I know I've benefited from your insights, and I can only imagine how much you have helped others with their careers.
Thank you very much. This is a wonderful honor and overwhelming, and the tribute speeches were absolutely divine and apropos and fabulous. I'd love to step back and just say how impressed I have been by my fellow honorees tonight. And I feel very privileged to be sharing the podium with you. And I do look forward to meeting with you later on, post-COVID restrictions overall. And also, I do want to thank Rotman School for bravely awarding a Canadian value manager at a challenging time for Canadian equities. And obviously, like myself, you believe that financial gravity will once again return, as we've seen so many times in financial market history. In particular, I do want to do a shout out to both Tiff Macklem, the former dean, as well as Susan Christopherson, who gave me a beautiful speech earlier, for making the offer. With honorable mention, of course, to Jennifer Hildebrand and her team for all the organizing behind the scenes. For my tribute speakers in particular, you did a fabulous job, I think, of describing me and my journey and my ups and downs along the way. And Jenny, you know, you were so seminal on that Magna transaction because you said, Kim, go for it, and really supported me to go write that note, the case for Magna, which went on to great results overall, and as she pointed out, my promotion. And Mark, you know, an inspiration as a fellow volunteer, avid volunteer to the TSFA. We were both early women presidents at the organization, as was Jenny overall, and. You know, you've just been so inspirational. You've moved all the way from being, you know, a hotshot volunteer to running a global organization overall. And Heather Ann, yes, I do recall meeting you in the very early days when you were launching Women in Capital Markets, and the day of the launch was highly pregnant at the time. And we became fast friends over the years on a common issue. And she still sits on our advisory board. And David, you know, an industry legend. And I always knew about him. I'd never met him until a 7-hour flight back from London, England, and we didn't stop talking the whole flight. And fortunately for me and Sionna, he agreed to join our advisory board, and he's been a big addition. In the 1980s, women were not prevalent in any senior management roles. And I was fortunate to work for basically an in the closet game vice president of investments. my business dad, Alan Westbrook, who unfortunately passed away overall. And he was rooting for other underdogs in the firm. And he supported my career, but he wisely intuited that I really needed a female role model. And he introduced me to Deanne Cohen. And we became very close over the years. She became a chairperson, the first chairperson, the longstanding chairperson at Sionna, giving us advice. Just a wonderful support for any women. And women do need mentors. And they were so rare on the ground. And to have Deanne was so seminal for my career. So overall, I just want to end by talking about my appreciation for the communities that I've been involved in, because, you know, people go somewhere in life because of what ground was laid for them and their friendships and the people that help support them along the way and keep them back on track. And, you know, when you're licking your wounds, putting you back on the game. And one of the gratitudes of communities I'd like to speak to is obviously Rotman itself. You know, way back in the late 80s, Rotman agreed to allow me into the program overall. I was in the part-time program. It was a 4-year slog, but you know, it was a phenomenal education, terrific professors. And in the part-time program, your fellow students teach you almost as much as you do in the class. And that really set my career up later on in life to carry on and do well. You know, yes, I was a fund manager, but it just took me to that next level overall, and I'm very grateful. And Rotman's been supporting me all along with continuous education and volunteer opportunities and meeting interesting people. Other major communities that I found very supportive is overall the wonderful Toronto investment community with such a great set of ethics and focus. Fellow employees, both current and past, interesting, fabulous, supportive clients, volunteer commitments, and the people I've met through that, and the Toronto Club community, you know, like-minded leaders of Canadian business, just seminal for support. As well as a very supportive family overall. And finally, of course, my colleagues at Sionna. Just want to finally end by saying this is not the end of my story. I know it's a Lifetime Achievement Award. I'm very pleased with that, but I certainly hope to have another chapter or two in my life story. Thank you so much for this event, this honor.
Thank you, Kim. And I don't think you've hit your best before date quite yet, so I look forward to more with you. So what an evening. It's been incredible, very inspiring to hear all of these wonderful stories. Congratulations again, Kim, Cornell, and Nuha. You're an inspiration to all of us and remarkable examples of what is possible. I wish I could congratulate all of you in person, but the one benefit of being virtual is the possibility of sharing this recognition with people from around the globe. I hope that wherever you are, that you are able to take some time to celebrate with friends and family. So thank you to all of our speakers this evening for sharing your time and supporting our award recipients and for your wonderful words. Thank you again to our generous Reunite sponsors, Sionna Investment Managers and RBC Capital Markets. To all of you in the audience, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And if you would like to make a gift or receive more information about Rotman Giving Day, please visit Giving Day tab within the Reunite platform. And a huge thank you to everyone who has already made a contribution. I can tell you that these contributions make a big difference in what we can achieve and offer our students. So I hope you will join us again for the rest of Reunite on October the 1st. We have a fantastic lineup of speakers, including fireside chats and keynote presentations by Wes Hall and Tiziana Cachero. I look forward to seeing you again on Friday. Have a wonderful evening, and we hope to see you again on Friday for our fireside chats.